Right, so I'm just ending off the lecture on fire. We were speaking about fires in savannas and had mentioned that fires open up savannas. As an illustration of this is a picture from Spionkop in KwaZulu-Natal around the time of the Anglo-Boer War. It was a place where there was a major battle between the English and the Boers. If you look at the vegetation, you'll see that the grassland is dotted with only a few acacia trees. It really is an open savanna system. Fast forwarded to what it looks like now, it's a very different system. You can see that the vegetation has closed up extensively, and it's thought that much of this has to do with the fact that fire has disappeared from the system. So it looks very different nowadays. So we can have these transitions to other biomes if there's a change in fire regime. That can of course be affected by grass fuels, but also by refugia. And we actually see signs of this in the distribution of forests in South Africa. You'll know that a lot of our forests are very patchy. If any of you have been in the Drakensberg or in the Wolkberg or in the Cape, you'll have seen little forest patches in between savanna, grassland, or the fynbos vegetation. So we see these mosaic of landscapes, and often the border between, say, a grassland and a forest is very distinct. It's a very sudden boundary between those. And much of these boundaries can be explained by fire exclusions. This is an example from the Nika Plateau in Malawi, but we see similar things in the Drakensberg. The landscape here just illustrates it so lovely. You can see that the fire would jump across these basins if it were to move through the landscape, and that is why these forest patches are maintained here. Just what they look like from closer up, and you can see how the boundary between the forest or the forested area and the grasslands is quite abrupt. So if we were to exclude fire from a number of different vegetation types in South Africa, we could see them turn into forest. This is true for fynbos, grasslands, and savanna. And there's good evidence from grasslands, for example, that some of our natural forests have actually increased in size over the last few decades in response to the disappearance of fires in those systems. Okay, and this is the reading for the chapter.